Oh boy, this one's gonna suck. Oof. This one's gonna suck. No fun will be had here today. Remember how I said bad vibes in the last one? Terminal vibes, negative vibes, the worst vibes you can possibly imagine. I'll just make sure I'm in the frame still. Good God. Pippin, get down from there. Nope, bad. Yes, you're so notoriously abused. I swear this cat thinks he's the Shah or something. Anyway, hi! Welcome to Chamber of Spoilers. If you don't know me, my name is Rachel. I make content about a lot of things on YouTube, but lately it seems like all I talk about is anti-Semitism. God, I wish I didn't have to only talk about anti-Semitism. People will sometimes accuse Jews of making anti-Semitism like our whole personality, and I'm like, do you think that if I could choose a life for myself, this would be it? Do you think that I want to make this? Like, it is interesting, and I do like reading about it, because to a certain extent it's like difficult to understand why anybody would think this way as a person who, like, you know, grew up around Jews and knows that we're people. But if I could pick any normal life for myself, it would not include this. So ponder that for a moment and think about why I devote so much of my time to it. Oh God, I'm a glutton for punishment. So today I'm going to be talking about Dave Chappelle. As I am recording this, it is Sunday night after work. I am cooking, but I wanted to make this video, and multitasking is a specialty of mine. So here we are. Just to give some background, you might already know that Dave Chappelle has checkered public statements. He said some transphobic stuff, he said some homophobic stuff, and like, that's very bad. No one liked that. Negative. I'm not like surprised this happened, I'm just disappointed. And I wanted to do just like a TikTok of this. Like, I didn't want to make a video, but when I saw people talking about it on Twitter this morning at work, because I'm a really hard worker and I'm on Twitter during my breaks in an attempt to feed my soul, it does not work. Just take some SSRIs, it's objectively better. And I saw people talking about how bad it was, and I was like, oh, this won't be as awful as everyone says. It's probably just everyone's really sensitive right now because of Kanye and Kyrie, and you know, I'll watch it, I'll make a TikTok, it'll be enough. This is a rich text full of bad points, to borrow a phrase, so I really saw no other option but to do like a close reading of the stand-up, because there are so many moments that are bad. Like, if you aren't familiar with anti-Semitism, you might see, oh, those are some bad jokes, this might not be, you know, great, I can see why that might be bad. But if, like me, you're a connoisseur of the genre, you might notice that it's fucking awful and reprehensible, and this is gonna go really badly for us. Like, I don't mean to exaggerate, but when there is a public upswell of people saying anti-Semitic things, it doesn't go well for Jews. It never has. And like, we are living in a generation where my parents were born in the same country as their parents, were born in the same country as me. That is almost unheard of in Jewish history. 3 generations born in, being born and dying in the same place. Not a thing that happened. We are living in a time of unprecedented Jewish prosperity, which also, like, is still not good enough. Like, we don't have what we deserve as, like, in terms of getting back what was stolen from us, and we never can. Like, there's no way of getting that back. It's gone. My point is that when this kind of rhetoric becomes popular, it becomes dangerous for Jews. And I also want to make a point that we do call out just as many white people who do this as black people. I'm noticing a lot of black creators who are calling us out, and I find that super amazing, because it's not something I've ever seen before, this kind of solidarity coming out, and I know it exists. I know it does. I know people out there are like, man, that's fucked up, and I appreciate that. I really am glad. I really do appreciate all the solidarity I'm seeing, but it doesn't like completely cancel out all of the fucking wretched shit that is out there right now. If you look at any Jew talking about this, under their post, there will be hundreds of comments that say, fuck you, Jews, like, you deserve this, like, all kinds of like crazy shit, and like, it doesn't make it better. Like, Dave Chappelle, if he doesn't know what he's doing, is reckless and stupid. If he doesn't know what he's doing, he's straight up evil. And we already knew he was a transphobe. We already knew he was a little bit homophobic. And, you know, having apologized for that, you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But, like, at this point, it's very upsetting. And I will probably go, like, pause and rant during different points. But, like, I'm so fucking tired. The Jews are tired and want to lie down. Okay, I watched part of this earlier, but I just couldn't get through it without a straight face. So I'm gonna start over and we're gonna see how I feel. It's gonna be bad. How I feel is gonna be real bad, but let's see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Chappelle!
Before I start tonight, I just wanted to read a brief statement that I prepared.
Well, this ought to be good.
I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms. And I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And that...
Yeah, sure. You've got Jewish friends. I believe that.
Is how you buy yourself some time.
So it's not funny to like read a disclaimer like that as like, oh, I'm gonna cover my ass. Like, the amount of people who have to make statements like this to the point that it's a cliche, unless he's about to come out as like in the next, I know what's immediately not gonna happen is him being like, anti-Semitism is always bad, this is dangerous, this is like, you know, the far right, like, he's not about to condemn it. I know that because I've watched part of this. The fact that he's using that as a joke is fucking reprehensible. It's not funny. I'm already so mad. Wow. He hasn't even gotten to the part where he says the Jews run Hollywood yet. Let's get there.
I gotta tell you guys, I've probably been doing this 35 years now. And early in my career, I learned that there are two words in the English language that you should never say together in sequence. And those words are the and Jews.
Why? I already know where this is going, and I need something to drink. This is not sponsored. I'm just already ready to blow my brains out, and I promised my husband I wouldn't kill myself before talking to him about it. So we'll start there and see how we do. Okay, let's get back to it. Oh God, this is probably not a good idea on an empty stomach, but this is not a good idea for my mental health either way, so let's just keep going. Let's plow through.
I've never heard someone do good after they said that. Kanye's gotten into some scrapes before. Normally when he's in trouble, I pull up immediately. But this time I was like, you know what? Let me see what's gonna happen first. Let's try to see where this is all going. I can't even remember how it started. Vaguely, I remember it started with a tweet, strange tweet. It was like, I'm feeling a little sleepy. I'm gonna give me some rest, but when I wake up, I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 on the Jews.
I'm also just really mad that he's making this into a joke. It'd be one thing if, like, this was his mental breakdown that he was talking about, and I'll get to Kanye. We've already discussed Kanye, but I've always got more. He's making jokes about someone else's mental breakdown and how it affects a marginalized group of people this person targeted during their mental breakdown. This is not fucking funny. Like, if I was in this audience, I would just be shell-shocked. Not just because, I mean, I'd be surprised to see Dave Chappelle at SNL anymore, given what he's said and done in the past, but just fucking yikes, dude. Yikes!
And then he just went to bed. I was up all night worried. What is he gonna do to the Jews?
This is still a fucking joke to him. Like, what is he gonna do to the Jews? More like, what are other people gonna do to the Jews emboldened by what he says? This is coming from someone, this is such a class thing. Like, Dave Chappelle is having such class solidarity with this other rich guy right now. When I was watching this initially, I was like, oh, this isn't about solidarity with another black man in entertainment. This is a solidarity with another rich guy who's fucked up and said something fucking reprehensible in public. He's having solidarity with someone of his class who they think they should be allowed to say whatever fucked up shit they want. Wow, this video is definitely getting demonetized. You guys have to make this go viral so that I can make some money, because, like, My therapist is going to require some incentive to see me after this.
I grew up around Jewish people. I have a lot of Jewish friends. So I'm not freaked out by your culture. I know a little bit about it just from hanging around. Be like, yo, let's go out after school tomorrow. They'll be like, we can't go out. It's Shanana tomorrow. I'll be like, what?
I mean, that's a cheap joke. I don't like the I've got whatever friends thing. Like, it's really ironic that a black person says like the I've got Jewish friends joke and then makes a joke about their culture. Like, to pull a what if statement, if a Jewish person had said something similar about a black person, it would be considered racist. Food for thought.
What is Shanana? I had so many questions. Why do some of your people dress like Run DMC?
Mocking the Orthodox, great. Standard.
He woke up from that nap, we went right to work. A year ago, I'd seen him on a podcast called Drink Champs. Great show. And it was an amazing appearance. Noriega and them were there, the rappers that I love, and they all had their gold chains and stuff on. And Kanye said, only millionaires wear chains. They said, what? He said, I'm a billionaire. Billionaires don't wear their money on their body. I took my chain and I said, oh, snap. It was a good appearance. It was fun and funny. But when he woke up, he went on Drink Champs again. This time, he was on one. He was mad about something. He said, I can say anti-Semitic things. And Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Adidas dropped that nigga immediately. Ironically, Adidas was founded by Nazis. And they were offended. I guess the student surpassed the teacher.
I don't like that he praised Kanye for saying smart shit. Like, first of all, like, I fundamentally disagree. Some of the rich people, like the Kardashians are fucking rich as fuck, and they are like opulent, and he was married to one of them. So, okay, rich people, like old money people are like chill about, like they try to be, you know, unobtrusive. But also, like, Kanye is not the first person to make an observation like that. And no, don't eat garlic, you'll die. Fuck. I'm so stressed out right now. I need like a bath. Like, half of this appears to be just like lionizing Kanye. Why are you doing this to me, Dave?
It's a big deal. He had broken the show business rules. Because it's a rule. You know, the rules of perception. If they're black, then it's a gang. If they're Italian, it's a mob. But if they're Jewish, it's a coincidence, and you should never speak about it.
If they're Jewish, it's a coincidence, and you should never speak about it. For the love of God. I mean, I don't know that I can even unpack how bad this is. Okay. He's kind of conflating the idea of I can't say something anti-Semitic with I'm being silenced. Like, if they're Jewish, it's a coincidence and you can never speak about it. First of all, black people are not the only ones in gangs. Second of all, Italians aren't the only ones in the mob. There's mobs everywhere. And third of all, Jews do not have a monopoly on any industry. Do you know why? Because there are so few of us, we cannot even fill up New Jersey. Everything is legal in New Jersey, but that's not the point. The point is that there are so few Jews that if we did try to run everything, we would be severely understaffed. It is literally, he's just saying it's the truth. He's saying that Jews run Hollywood when he says that. He says that it's the truth and you're not allowed to say it and it's an industry rule. If it was an industry rule, Mel Gibson wouldn't have an Oscar. As you can see, I'm having a rough time. But like, there is literally no reason to say that unless you believe it to be true or you're having fun with it. Like, fuck you, Dave Chappelle, fuck you.
Kanye got in so much trouble, Kyrie got in trouble. Kyrie Irving posted a link to a movie that he had seen on Amazon. No caption on the post or nothing like that. But apparently this movie had some, I don't know, anti-Semitic tropes or something. And it was some weird title like From Hebrew to Negro or something.
So this is minimizing it, right? if you are, for example, like Kyrie is, a celebrity, and you share, like, my point is that you can't say, oh, I'm a public figure and I get all of the fun things about being a public figure and then not be accountable for sharing shit. That's how it works. You can't share misinformation, or in this case, disinformation, and then be like, oh, I'm just a little baby. Oh, I didn't know about the anti-Semitism. You can't fucking do that. It's not all right. It's wrong. It's fucking bullshit. Like, and this claim of like, oh, well, it was a weird movie that he shared. Fuck you. Be fucking accountable. Be a man. I mean, I'm not here to gender centralize. Be a human adult. Be a human adult. And fucking take accountability for the shitty shit you said.
And the NBA told me he should apologize, and he was slow to apologize. And then the list of demands to get back in their good graces got longer and longer, and this
list of demands to get back into their good graces. So he's saying that Kyrie Irving is being held hostage by the militant Jews, basically. He's saying, list of demands to get back into good graces. This is fucking inflammatory language. I am fucking fuming. You know what this is? This is saying that they're holding his career hostage because he's not doing what they want. What they want him to do is not be a racist. Is not say things that will get people killed. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
This is where, I draw the line. I know the Jewish people have been through terrible things all over the world, but you can't blame that on Black Americans. You just can't.
We're not. We never fucking did. What the fuck is wrong with you, Dave Chappelle? I've never once said, Black Americans making anti-Semitism happen. Goddamn Black Americans making the Crusades happen. Black Americans saying that, the ones, Black Americans, the one who did the Inquisition, Black Americans who did the Holocaust. No one's fucking saying that, Dave. You're just being intentionally shitty. Like, oh my God, I've never met a Jewish person. I've met many racist Jews. Trust me, there are a lot of them, because Jewish people who have white skin are just as susceptible to white supremacy as anybody else, because people want to be part of an in-group. That's very tribal, very human. Not good, but it does happen. I've met lots of racist Jews. I'm related to a couple. But my point is that saying Jews are blaming Black people for all of the history of Jewish oppression is fucking bullshit, and he fucking knows it. And I hate this man. I hate him. Oh, Dave, you used to be so funny. Why'd you do this to me? Dave! It's fucking awful. Like, first of all, nobody is blaming him for the fucking Holocaust. We're saying he's not allowed to deny it and still be a fucking, what was he, a football player? I don't fucking know. But it's not a big ask to say you can't be a Holocaust denier and be paid millions of dollars a year. Like, get the fuck over it. We're not blaming Black Americans, for the love of God. Imagine me going to school every day, going up to my teachers and being like, hey, mister, just so you know, the Holocaust is your fault. And he's just looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? I swear to God.
You know what I mean? Thanks to the one person that said me.
Nobody responded to that in the audience because he knows this is a totally nonsensical thing to say. I love that the audience when it was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Where did we get there? How did we get here? Fuck. Oh no, is he about to say some shit about trans people? I think this wine is going to my head, but I need it. Anyone have a Klonopin?
A fair punishment would be you should just post a link to Schindler's List and y'all write your own captions. Kyrie Irving's black ass was nowhere near the Holocaust.
We're not blaming him for the fucking Holocaust, you bottom feeder of a man. God, he's worse than it. It's an insect.
In fact, he's not even certain it existed.
Joking about Holocaust denial. Very cool. Great sign for the last fucking 10 minutes of this shit. Fuck, there's 10 more minutes. Hold on, I need a break. I need to go, do something. Okay, let's see what the motherfucker says next.
I saw one news pundit screaming about Kanye. She said, mental health is no excuse for that type of language. Yes, it is, bitch. You kill somebody if you're mentally ill.
No, because it's not an excuse, it's an explanation. You can say Kanye West said this anti-Semitic shit because he's mentally ill, but it doesn't excuse you. If you kill someone when you're fucking having a mental break, you don't get to just not have any consequences. They'll fucking lock you up. Like, there are not no consequences for being crazy and doing something wrong, and I can say crazy. I am crazy. But like doing something like when you're mentally having some kind of psychotic break does not mean that it's not illegal or wrong or immoral. For the love of God, man, have some self-respect.
I don't think Kanye is crazy at all. I think he's possibly not well. I've been to Hollywood. I don't want y'all to get mad at me. I'm just telling you. I've been to Hollywood. This was just what I saw. It's a lot of Jews.
He says Kanye is not crazy because he's right about the Jews. Kanye is not crazy because he's right that the Jews are controlling Hollywood and that it's most of them. Go fucking fuck yourself. Do I have to tap the sign? The sign that says that less than 2% of humanity, less than half of a percent of humanity is fucking Jewish? 2% of Americans are Jewish. 2%. Less than a percentage of humanity is Jewish. Like, go fucking fuck yourself. And we're not... If we ran Hollywood, every single Jewish person would have to be in Hollywood. And just personally, I don't work in Hollywood. I work in the public sector. No one in my family fucking works in Hollywood. And I'm related to most Jews. Like, this man.
Like a lot. But that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? There's a lot of black people in Ferguson, Missouri. Doesn't even run the place.
Oh yeah, diffuse the anti-Semitic joke with a joke about black people. Yeah, sure, that makes it okay. It doesn't make it fucking okay. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this man that he thinks he's allowed to say this on TV. Like, I already knew that Lorne Michaels, who if you're not familiar, is the showrunner for SNL, that's Lorne Michaels. We knew he was a piece of shit because he wanted to have Donald Trump on the show. And either he pushed for it or the executives did. But if he hadn't wanted it to happen, it would not have happened. Lorne Michaels has been making this show for so long. He's got a lot of pull at NBC. He's got a lot of pull for SNL. He's in charge. If he didn't want it to happen, it wouldn't. If Lorne didn't want something on SNL, it would not be there. But he put Donald Trump on SNL. He put Elon Musk, may he rot, on SNL. He put all of these like bad people. That fucking racist musician who said the N-word and then only had his appearance delayed and not canceled. He put those people on SNL because he wanted them there. So we know that Lorne Michaels, he might be Jewish, but he's not experiencing Jewish solidarity. Why? Because he's rich. Rich Jewish people don't care about anti-Semitism because they don't think it will affect them. They don't think when they come for the rest of us, they're coming for them. Stephen Miller doesn't think that even though by law he's Jewish, by our law he's Jewish, he doesn't think that when they come for us, they're coming for him. No one does. No one thinks that. No one who's in a position of power. And Lorne Michaels, regardless of saying one particular Jew is powerful is not anti-Semitic. Lorne Michaels is a powerful man. He let this happen. He might not have approved Dave's jokes, but he let this occur. This happened because of him. And I mean, I don't know, that says something about Lorne Michaels, that he does not care about putting Jews in danger. If SNL does not issue some kind of statement about this, I'm not saying I'm never gonna watch the show again because I really love A.D. Bryant and there's some really funny sketches on there, but like, this is a fucking low, man. This is a low.
I could see if you had some kind of issue, you know what I mean? You might go out to Hollywood and you might start connecting some kind of lines and you could maybe adopt the delusion that the Jews run show business. It's not a crazy thing to think.
It is a crazy thing to think.
But it's a crazy thing to say out loud in a climate like this.
So what he's saying is, you can think the Jews run everything, but you can't say it out loud because the Jews who run everything will destroy your career. I want to die. By the way, I do want to say that everything he is saying is being proven for a lie. That you can't say this shit about Jews, that you can't... this is some kind of like performing art piece or something, because he is saying you can't say this stuff about Jews on television or in public. He's saying it on television or in public, and the Jews won't let you get away with it. The person who runs and created the show is fucking Jewish. Like, this has to be like some kind of like did he like forget that he's good at writing or something? Because like, I think this really does show, like when we saw with J.K. Rowling, like when she embraced her full bigoted side, she wrote like crap. And I mean, I'm not saying she was always a perfect writer, but like, people will objectively say her earlier stuff, the Harry Potter books, is better than her current really weird books about like cancel culture and transphobia. Like, when you go full bigot, I guess you just lose your sense of comedy or art. Like, God, Dave, it's like you don't even know how fucking ironic this is. Like, is there a greater symbol of like East Coast hipster comedy? Well, not hipster. Is there a greater symbol of like East Coast democratic, like young, hot, hip person comedy? I mean, they want to be young and hip, but let's be honest, their audience is probably more middle-aged than fucking SNL. Like, SNL is like, I mean, it's not particularly Jewish. There are not a lot of Jews in the show, but like, it's filmed in New York. Like, it's, if you're gonna, like, he's saying all this on a show that is run by a Jewish guy on fucking national television, and he doesn't see the fucking irony? Dave, get it together, Gorge.
Now the midterms are over in this crazy climate, and I gotta tell you, I feel like this midterm, like all of humanity, depends on it. Nobody listens to me when I tell these jokes. You ignore me.
Well, Dave, I'm listening now, and let me tell you, I don't like what I'm hearing.
My first Netflix special, what did I say? I said, I don't want a sneaker deal, because the minute I say something that makes those people mad, they're going to take my sneakers away. And the whole crowd was like, ha, 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 ha. And now you see Kanye walking around L.A. barefoot with his chain out.
I do love how he seamlessly transitioned from like 10 minutes, like 8 minutes of unyielding, like Jew hatred to just like a little bit of light political work, and then back to blaming the Jews for Kanye's downfall. Like, oh, he said something people didn't like. He said he was going to hurt Jewish people. Like, he set off a wave of online anti-Semitism, and probably there will be data to show in the future, as it so often does, that when public figures make people comfortable saying things, they start to do those things.
This guy lost $1.5 billion in a day. $1.5 billion in a day. I saw that. I said, put your chain on, nigga. Welcome back.
Want to correct Mr. Chappelle for the record here. He didn't lose $1 billion in a day. He threw it away because he fucking did this. If Kanye had a single person in his life who helped him during this mental break and kept him away from all of this shit, if he created a support system... Pippin, stop rubbing on the paper towels. It's weird. I'm not blaming Kanye West for his mental break, but if you are a person who has mental issues, you need to have an infrastructure around you to protect you and your assets if you were to do something that were to endanger you. If Kanye were to walk in the middle of Fifth Avenue and get hit by a car, that'd be tragic, but it wouldn't be his fault. Being an anti-Semite isn't getting hit by a fucking car. Nothing happened to Kanye. He did this to his fucking self.
It shouldn't be this scary to talk about anything.
It shouldn't be this scary to talk. You're being anti-Semitic on live television, on a network. It's not scary. You're not afraid. You know why? Because you're fucking doing it. If you had any good sense, you wouldn't.
It's making my job incredibly difficult. To be honest with you, I'm getting sick of talking to a crowd like this. I love you to death. And I thank you for your support. And I hope they don't take anything away from me. Whoever they are. We got a great show tonight.
They. If you're not familiar with online discourse, they, in triple brackets, is the way people refer to Jews. He's making a joke about anti-Semitic jokes. Like, Dave, okay, if a Jewish person were to do this set, I would say it's still in bad taste, but at least it would be kind of funny because they would be playing on the jokes that they themselves are the victims of. But as a black man who is perpetrating anti-Semitism on live television from a position of being one of the most famous stand-up comedians currently alive, like, man, I'm so glad George Carlin is dead. All these people who claim to admire George Carlin, I'm so glad he's not here to see you, my guy. He'd be ashamed of you. And he used a word to describe disabled people that is considered a slur, and he would be fucking ashamed of you. Whoever they are. Fucking walk off a cliff, Dave Chappelle. I'm so fucking mad. I hope you do lose everything. I hope your wife divorces you. I hope your sons refuse to see you. I hope the little town you have in Ohio, that whatever fucking synagogue is there, they put up a sign that says, Dave Chappelle, not welcome. Everyone else come to brunch. Like, this is so fucking dangerous. This is so insulting. This is inflammatory. You've seen all the things that I've said about this. This is just stuff that I, as a person who has researched anti-Semitism, I'm not even a scholar on the subject. I've just done a lot of reading, and I've watched a lot of stuff, and I've experienced it in my life. I feel like someone with a doctorate in this subject could have a fucking field day. And like, this is just my unfiltered thoughts at fucking almost 8 o'clock at night. I need to eat some dinner. But thank you for watching. Don't support Dave Chappelle. Please tweet in solidarity, I guess. I don't know what you can do. Do something, though. Do something. Share this video, like, comment, subscribe. It is so fucking hard right now. Like, I understand must be something that a lot of people experience all the time, of like, their ethnicity, their race. Stop stepping on that. Pippin, God, you're not being helpful right now. Like, Jews being attacked in the mainstream is not uncommon. We have this happen all the time in small ways. But when the big stuff blows up, it's kind of a reminder of how fragile our privilege is. And we do have some privileges in society that are afforded to us, not for being Jewish, but for being adjacent to whiteness. And it's scary, it's annoying, it's mean, it's like somebody who I don't admire anymore, but did once, has just said some of the most horrendous anti-Semitic things on live television, and I don't like it. I think it's bad, and we probably should have all seen it coming. But yeah, fuck Dave Chappelle, fuck Kanye West, and fuck you if you believe that they're right. I mean, it's so bad. I mean, I have a really great audience, and I'm so grateful to all of you who have likely watched this all the way through as I progressively get drunker. But I do appreciate everybody who's trying to learn and trying to not be like this, because I know that it is the cultural norm in some ways to make these assumptions about Jewish people, because that's what you hear. And I really appreciate everybody who is learning through this. But I'm so scared and so angry that he's normalized this so much. And I'm angry at the people who enabled this to happen. I'm angry at everybody who signed off on it. I'm angry at everybody who was okay with it. Anyone who isn't decrying this as anti-Semitism right this fucking minute is fucking dead to me. So that's my take. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go eat a pizza, an entire pizza in one serving. Bye.